So if you just tell us a little bit about what you witnessed here today.
Like it was after 7, we just finished having dinner. Then we heard the commotion from down below, from down the road. And a lady was crying for help. So we ran down. As we ran down the stairs, we came to where the place where sound was coming from. We could hear that somebody was being assaulted or something like that. And the lady was calling something like a knife. Somebody was attacking her with a knife. At that time, our neighbor came out from his gate. He also saw what was happening, and he took out a padlock and he threw at the suspect. So the man ran after the other guy with a kitchen knife, and he was really wild. All of myself, my wife, and my daughter, and my son-in-law, we were running down. So I have to close the gate again because he was really very wild. He was very angry. So we closed the gate, and after that he ran back again. By that time we stepped out of the compound, and that time we came out, we came near the shop. The lady was lying down there with blood coming out from her mouth and her neck and around her stomach area. And by that time he was a Fijian man, Ethiopian man, about 45 to 50 years old. He already grabbed the handbag and ran towards Fulana Street. And with the help of the bystanders, my wife and the other ladies, they managed to take the victim to the hospital.
So after the incident, after how many minutes or hours was the police in the site?
Yeah, the police came a little bit late, about more than half an hour, then the police arrived at the scene. By the time the lady was already taken to the hospital. Actually, after the incident happened, we gathered information that they were legally married, husband and wife, and now they are being divorced. And they used to have problem. The man used to go after the lady every now and then at the market. The lady is a market vendor at the supermarket. They having a family problem. That's what we heard from one of the close relatives. Injuries.
Yes, when we first of all we heard screams of help. We could make out from the voice. It's like a talkie lady, and when we made our way down, and we saw this middle-aged talkie lady. She was sitting down on the footpath in front of Rajan stores, and we live upstairs, and she was drenched in blood. Her clothes were just full of blood, and she was just spitting out mouthfuls of blood and clots every 2 minutes. And my first impression was she's in a very serious condition, and she must be rushed to the hospital immediately. We took some time to stop passing by cabs who did not want to stop, maybe because they were terrified by the scene. And we were just there beside the lady, and she was sitting down, and she was just holding a garbage bag, and she was just every 2 minutes spitting out mouthful of blood and clots. And she looked very, very serious. So with the help of another Fijian, another Italian girl and a guy, we rushed her to the hospital. We managed to stop a private car. We rushed her to the CWM emergency department, and where the doctors took over. So when they actually undressed her in front of us, she was asked to open her mouth. She was not able to speak, but she was just communicating through actions. And I saw there was a deep laceration inside her mouth. So when I tried to ask her, and she said the guy who is her step husband put the knife inside the mouth. And I asked her where else, and there was a 3-inch cut on the back, and it was like not a very deep cut. And there was another one, the guy was like trying to stab her abdomen, just more towards the right side, and he was unsuccessful. But there was swelling on her chest, resulting from soft tissue injuries, and also her right cheek. When I asked her, she said, how did she sustain those soft tissue injuries? She fell over the footpath because the guy was chasing her around a car that was parked there. And the guy was quite violent. That's what we could say, because when we were trying to make our way, we saw him like he was running after our neighbor, who the neighbor, he's a caretaker for a Chinese lady who was holding a padlock, and he tried to like help the lady by throwing the padlock, a heavy padlock, on the guy's abdomen. And he left the lady and he ran after this guy. So that's when we decided not to go, and we waited for the guy to flee. Then he fled, then we went to the crime scene where we picked up this lady who was